Hello. Today I'm going to show you how to convert a normal coffee machine into a cold drip coffee machine for about 25 bucks. And here are all the parts that you will need for this build. You'll need a standard coffee machine. I picked this one up at a thrift store for $3. And you'll need a pair of pliers and a normal and Phillips screwdriver, one air pump, some kind of valve to restrict airflow, and some more tubing here. This is a 1/2 inch outside diameter with a 3/8 inch inside diameter. And you'll need also some aquarium tubing or air pump tubing. And you'll need about 4 or 5 of these hose clamps and some kind of a T valve such as this one right here for the air to go into. Alright, I'll show you how to build it. Okay, so now you'll flip your coffee pot over, and mine had 4 screws on it. You want to remove these. Usually it's some kind of a security screw that a normal screwdriver won't get. I was able to use a normal screwdriver and just kind of wedge it on a corner and kind of turn it, well, that way. And once it finally budged, I was able to take a small pair of pliers and just turn these guys to be able to loosen them up. Alright, so take all 4 of these screws out and remove this back plate. I've already cut the cord. I just left it there to show you where it would be. So then you'll have something like this inside with some wires. Here's the wires that connect to the little plug in front. So you could just unplug these wires like this. And you're going to have to snip one of the wires here that's connected to this heating element. So snip the wires that's needed and remove these 2 screws here. And these are the plate that hold it all down. I already kind of have it loosened up, so just to show you. So remove these screws. This piece comes off, and then here's your heating element with the 2 hoses. They were 2 orange hoses. I lost the other one when I brought it to the store to find a fitting, so I put the see-through one just to show you where it would be. And then these just pull off. Down there pretty hard. There we go. So that comes off, and then there's the cord. So there's that. And then wire, and then this pulls through like that. So now that it's taken apart, I'll show how to replicate this piece, but instead of using a heating element, using an air pump. Okay, here's the completed setup, which just replaces this setup. And this is just using the bigger tubing and some aquarium tubing. This T-piece, which is 3/8 by 3/8 by 3/8, I believe. Yes. And some hose clamps. So you just fit this to your coffee pot to make it work, like so. And I'll tighten all that down right now and show you how it looks. Okay, here's the setup, completely tightened down. I have a hose clamp at each area that the tube connects to the actual coffee pot, and also one right here. And I found that if you put the T closer to the area that the water comes from the coffee pot, it works better. So the air comes in right here, and water is coming down right here. And there's also a check valve right here to stop air and water from coming back up. So the air forces the water to come through this way and up into the area that's going to go into the coffee pot. And I'll show you how that works right now. Alright, the coffee pot is currently on, now using the air drip method. So I'll show you the bottom side here so you can see how that's working. So this is the water going up to the top. Alright, I also popped off this top piece so you can see how much water is actually coming in. As you can see, it just bubbles a little bit at a time. There goes a little more. And I can control it with this valve right here. You'll see if I move and let more air out, it'll just go pretty fast. And that's getting the water from inside of here. And then I can slow it down. And now for the real test, let's make some coffee. Got a cup full of ice here, put in the back. And put in the coffee just as normal. And pour in my coffee, my water. Alright, it's already going. See the water dripping in there. So I'll come back in probably about a half hour, 40 minutes, and have my cup of coffee. Cold drip. The parts I used for this, I used a T, like I said, that was 3/8 by 3/8 by 3/8, and that makes this tube fit perfectly right inside the hole as opposed to fitting around the outside of the barbed connection. So I did have to slide it inside and then use a piece of silicone to make it airtight, and that's not a perfect solution. It's just the parts weren't available at the local stores, but I will make a link available at the bottom in the description that will have the correct part to make this an airtight fit for this coffee pot. Okay, this thing finally stopped dripping. It took about 30 minutes, and I have my cup of coffee here. So cold drip coffee is less acidic, so it's easier on your stomach, and also that makes it less bitter as well. It's good coffee. So this is actually phase 1. In the next video, I'm going to convert this coffee machine, this cold drip coffee machine, into a hydroponic setup. So it'll be a hydroponic drip system, and we'll be growing plants. And also in the next video, I'll be updating the T on the bottom to the setting with the 2 larger parts and the 1 smaller T. So stay tuned for that, and thanks for watching.